Broadcasting live from the Bill Cook Gymnasium for the second leg of tonight's doubleheader. We have Dons basketball as the women's basketball team gets set to take on the Pirates of Orange Coast College. Welcome to the broadcast, everyone. My name is Noah Alvarez. Thanks for tuning in wherever you may be tuning in from. The Dons finished 1-5 through their first cycle of conference play. The offense has gone very cold. They're shooting 31% from the field and a woeful 20% from three-point land. The Dons had the night off last Friday, and we'll see if that plays to their benefit this evening. Santa Ana College is 13-9 on the season, 1-5 in the Orange Empire Conference, and are led by 22nd-year head coach Flo Lupani. Assistants on the staff are Rachel Kane, Matt Fogarty, Lee Sanford, and Tim Yanez. The visiting Pirates come in ranked 9th overall in the state of California, check that 8th of the latest polls, and are in a three-way tie for second place with Cypress and Irvine Valley. They've won the conference 3 years in a row. They've been to the state championship 3 years in a row. And they have a chance to repeat as conference champions after defeating Saddleback College last Wednesday. Orange Coast College is 7-6 on the season, 5-2 in conference play, and are led by 7th-year head coach Sammy Doucette. Assistants on the staff are Sergio Klotz, Carissa Savilicek, and Sarah Lee. So players to keep an eye on in tonight's match for Santa Ana. Keep an eye on number 30, Kiki Graham. The sophomore has been held under 10 points each of the last 2 games, and that's not a recipe for success for the Dons. Look for Santa Ana to get Graham going early in tonight's contest. For Orange Coast College, keep an eye on number 1, Malaya Joseph. She leads the Pirates in scoring and is 5th in the conference, averaging 18 points per game. We're going to cut to a commercial break, and when we come back, starting lineups and opening tip-off here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel. Back from commercial break, my name is Noah Alvarez. Thanks for tuning in to Dons basketball on this Wednesday evening, the second leg of our doubleheader. It's another important conference game as the 8th-ranked Orange Coast Pirates come to town to take on the 25th-ranked Santa Ana Dons. These teams battled twice last year in conference play, and the teams split the season series. The Pirates won here at the Bill Cook Gymnasium 82-49, but it was the Dons who shocked OCC on their home floor with a 60-55 victory on the last day of conference play. Earlier this season, the Pirates defeated Santa Ana 64-48 in the first game of conference play. We're a few moments away from tip-off. Let's get you those starting lineups, starting with the visiting Pirates of Orange Coast College. A bit of a different lineup than we typically see here this season for the Pirates, as they'll be starting Rosalie Gutierrez, Bianca Carter, Karina Mall, Carly White, and Mackenzie Gilman. So no Malaya Joseph in the starting lineup, an important player for OCC. Along with Andrea Rico, we'll see if those players come off the bench. For the Dons, it's the typical starting five that we've seen all season long. Mia Rivera, Vicky Ohm, Anaya Beard, Faith Ledesma, and Kiki Graham. 3 sophomores and 2 freshmen. Goes without a doubt, every time we have Orange Coast College in town, it's always worth sharing how dominant of a program they've been, not only in the conference, winning the last 3 Orange Empire Conference titles, but they've also been to the last 3 state champions. They lost this past season to Mount SAC, but they won the last 2 in 2024 and 2023. Dons win the tip. They're left to right on your screen in the white uniforms. Pirates are in their bright orange uniforms, blue trim. First quarter of action. Ohm gets the possession started. Low post touch for Anaya Beard. Fading away, she converts. Anaya Beard, the team's leading scorer, shooting 47% in conference play. 3rd in the conference, averaging 17 points per game. First half court set for the Pirates. They swing it around. Gutierrez gives way to Gilman. Mall puts it behind her back, picks up her dribble, and there's 7 seconds left. Gilman gets doubled. Kiki Graham and Gilman get tied up. Possession arrow in favor of OCC. It stays with the Pirates. And the shot clock will reset. Inbound, tipped out of bounds by Mia Rivera, all over that one. One thing that's really impressive about Mia Rivera and Kiki Graham is not only their scoring ability, but the ability to read passes and jump into lanes like that. Pass up top to Gilman. 3 seconds left on the shot clock. Quick attempt by Waite. She grabs her own miss. She has the height advantage, and there's a foul called on the rebound. She's 6'4", a freshman from Fountain Valley. It's the same high school that Vicky Ohm went to, so the 2 Barron teammates face off at the collegiate level. Always pretty cool to see. 6'4", Anaya Beard lands listed at 6 foot. First free throw off the mark by Waite. A 51% free throw shooter on the season, 6 of 10 in conference play. Converts on the second, so they have their first points in the evening. Dons lead 2-1. Thanks for tuning in to Dons basketball here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel. Graham gets a touch on the right side. She's been held under 10 points in the last 2 conference games. Beard gets another post touch on the right block. Works against Waite, 2 defenders there. She's fouled. Waite on her toes. Came down on Beard. First team foul on OCC. Inbounds goes to Graham. The sophomore from Sonora. Shot clock reset to 20, now at 13. Beard sets the screen for Ohm. Mia Rivera, baseline drive, cut off by Gilman. Out to Ohm, 3-point attempt. Banks it home. The Dons get a fortunate bounce off the backboard. Mia Rivera tips this one out of bounds, and it stays with OCC. Dangerous pass. Again, OCC down a couple starters. Andrea Rico and Malaya Joseph not in the starting lineup. We'll see if they come in later. Madison Folk checks in, a freshman from Oak Hills. In the Hesperia area. Gilman gets past Ledesma, can't finish the layup. Graham secures the rebound. A lot more intensity early on by the Dons in their rebounding attempts. Ledesma swings. Mia Rivera slows things down, the sophomore from Cerritos. Leads the team in steals and assists per game. Ohm spins against her defender. On the right side, throws it off the glass for 2. Beat Bianca Carter at an awkward angle. Last touch by the Dons as Mia Rivera applies some full court pressure. This is the type of energy the Dons were missing in their last game against Cypress College. They turned it on late. They made things close. It's a close game throughout, but Cypress ended up hanging on for a victory. Carter goes to work against Graham. She's stingy on defense. They swing it out to Mall against Ohm. She picks up her dribble. Entry pass to Waite with 3 seconds left. Against a shorter Beard, left-handed layup is no good. Beard secures the miss. A 6-point advantage for the Dons. So far, so good in the start against a powerhouse in the state of California. Graham has Gilman guarding her. Ohm, cross-court pass to Mia Rivera. Thought about the three, now takes the three, the high arc, and it's pure. A great shooting start for the Dons, and we mentioned in the men's game as the OCC men's team had a great shooting night. Feels like all these opponents have been having lights-out shooting performances against the Dons women's team. This time it's the Dons who are off to a hot shooting start. Beard and Waite get tied up for the rebound. Jump ball, possession arrow in favor of Santa Ana. Worth mentioning, we have an all-women officiating crew. Laura Tapia Vargas is the head official. Isabel De La Torre is umpire 1, and umpire 2 is Marissa Downs. Pretty cool to see on National Girls and Women's in Sports Day. 2 substitutions. There is the answer to our question. Malaya Joseph and Nico Ubaye check in for OCC. Malaya Joseph not in the starting lineup. She started 21 of 23 games this year. Nia Beard goes back to work in the post, too strong, rebounded by Gilman. Dons get back defensively well. Gilman gets past Ledesma, smoked another layup, but it's tipped out of bounds, last touch by the Dons. Ubaye is another player who started 17 games for Orange Coast College off the bench today. She started all 7 conference games up to this point. Joseph catches the inbound, her first touch of the evening. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Gilman lets the action develop in the half-court set. Gilman gets it right back, loses the dribble. Back to Folk. Folk high off the rim, gets the friendly bounce. 2 points for OCC, cuts the deficit to 7. Ledesma right side. Don swing around the perimeter as they start the action. They had last Friday off. Kiki Graham launches a three-pointer, no good. Beard for the offense, a rebound, the putback, and finish. Back to a 9-point advantage for the Dons. Drive by Carter, that's Folk. Mia Rivera strips it out of bounds. So instinctful, Rivera and Graham are, the sophomores. A lot of experience between the two. Both started all 29 games as freshmen last year. A team that finished 3rd in the OEC. Right now they're 6th. Andrea Rico checks in for the first time, tries to muscle it through Graham. She's fouled on the way up. Rico, another important player, the 3rd leading scorer, has started 21 games this season, averages 10 points per game, but came off the bench tonight for head coach Sammy Doucette. Then steps Kimberly Limon for the Dons. Second team foul, first personal on Kiki Graham. First free throw by Rico, no good. Off the mark. In the first game during the first cycle of conference play, Rico finished with 16, 7 of 15 from the field. Second leading scorer behind Malaya Joseph. She's 0 for 2 on the trip. Big misses there by Rico and the Pirates. Ledesma gets it back to her point guard, who steps up on the floor when Anaya Beard hits the bench. Ohm backs down her defender, gives way to Kiki Graham, who had to step on her defender, and she cashes in on the bunny. picture-perfect start for the Dons. 14-3 as we're just past the halfway mark of the first quarter. Ohm, strong defense, pokes it away from Joseph. Not the strongest of drives by Joseph. Three-point attempt by Carter, off the mark. Lamone secures the rebound. Graham gets it across the timeline and gets it back to Ohm. Don 6 of 8, shooting from the field to start tonight's contest. Rivera gives way to Ledesma, 10 seconds left. Dangerous pass, intercepted by Folk. Poked away by Ohm. She's turned it up defensively during conference season. Learned a lot from the sophomores and Rivera and Graham. Ledesma checks out for Jaylene Rivera, the first we're seeing of the sophomore from California High School. Another important player off the bench. It's important for Lamone and Rivera to provide solid minutes for the Dons coaching staff. They don't have a very deep bench. They go about 8, sometimes 9 players deep. Sometimes they'll go with 7. Rico gets a post touch, a foul on the baseline. But because they don't have a deep bench, that forces a lot of the starting 5 to play a lot of minutes. All 5 are averaging more than 32 minutes per game this conference season. Graham checks out as she has 2 personal fouls quickly. Not the recipe for success. Joseph catches it down low, then backs out. 15 seconds left on the shot clock for the Pirates. Joseph sets a screen for Folk. She gets Ohm on the switch. Carter, right side, works against Rivera. Step back 2. Nice move, but can't finish. Lamone secures the rebound. OCC still sets at 3 points. The reigning 3-time Orange Empire Conference champions. Ohm spins right into her defender. Rivera on the right wing. Bounces it to Lamone. A collision on the baseline. And its last touch by the Pirates. Dons basketball. 2 more substitutions set to come in as Sydney Sloan and MJ Daly come in. MJ Daly has only played in 9 games this year, 3 conference. Sydney Sloan played in 19, 6 of those have been conference. 3 seconds left. Ohm has to check up a 3-pointer. Well off the mark, it doesn't hit the rim. A shot clock violation. And every game from here on out for the Dons in the second cycle feels like a must-win game. It's a very tough competitive conference. Rico on the baseline drive, wild shot off the mark. Ohm off to the races. OCC gets back defensively. 2.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Daly, strong on-ball pressure on Ohm. Ohm gets a step, leaves it off for Beard. Left side, spins into Rico, step through, left-handed layup off the mark. Joseph uses her speed to get past Ohm in transition. No good, and an offensive foul. Jaylene Rivera in the right spot at the right time. Second team foul on OCC. Graham comes back in. She has 2 personal fouls. She has to be very careful. It'll be interesting to see if the Dons elect to use either Claudia Solis or Isley Canaday. If not, it's a 7-player rotation. Rivera takes a step back 3-pointer, short, rebounded by Daly. The Dons have been without a bucket the final 2 minutes, as has OCC. Neither team has scored in the last 2 minutes of action. Joseph to left side, gets a screen from Sloan. Step back 3-pointer in rhythm and knocks it down. A very capable scorer. She's 6th in the conference in scoring. 33% from beyond the arc this year. Beard sets a screen for Mia Rivera. Both Riveras on the floor, so we'll use the first name. Graham, drive to the middle of the lane. Can't get the friendly bounce. Lamone back to the basket. Out to Graham. Graham loses their defender. Mia Rivera takes the three-pointer. No good. Graham picks up her third personal as she collides with Joseph. A costly foul there, and that's going to force Graham to miss some time. Ledesma checks in for Graham. Ohm comes in for Mia Rivera. "25 seconds on the shot clock. A minute 10 left to go on the game clock. Thanks for tuning in to Don's Basketball. Rico against Beard. Strong defense. No good. Rico gets her own miss. Out to Joseph up top. Late contest by Ohm. Joseph's three-pointer off the mark. Rebounded by Sloan. It's the third try of the trip. Rico gets a screen from Sloan. Goes baseline instead. Joseph loses it on the initial catch. Gets it back. 6 seconds left. Daly against Ledesma. Uses her muscle to her advantage. It's blocked. Beard and Ledesma there. Second turnover forced by the Dons defense. 6-second differential between shot and game clock. Jaylene Rivera operates the right elbow. Ledesma comes free for a three-point attempt, and she buries it. Shot clock is turned off. Dons lead by 11. 6 seconds remain. Sloan sets a screen for Rico. Hesitation move creates space, and the left-handed lay is good. The Dons don't inbound it, and that marks the end of the first quarter. Just what you wanted if you're the Dons. You're up by 9 on a team that's dominated the conference. Before we cut to our first break, we'll throw up this QR code on the screen. We want to remind you that you can now donate to the Santa Ana College Athletics program. Know that your support goes directly towards helping our student athletes thrive both on and off the court. With your donations, they will have the tools, resources, and opportunities to continue competing at a high level and representing Santa Ana College with pride. Your donations truly make a difference. Thanks again for supporting the Santa Ana College family. Back here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel, the five on the floor for both sides. Ohm, Beard, Mia Rivera, Jaylene Rivera, and Faith Ledesma. Andrea Rico out there with Sloan, Daly, Joseph, and Carter checks back in. Joseph, quick trigger on the two, no good. An offensive rebound for the Pirates. That killed the Dons against Cypress College last week. Daly takes a three-pointer, no good. Beard secures it. 6 offensive rebounds for the Pirates thus far. Mia Rivera, hounded by Daly on defense. Ledesma. Ohm comes off a screen, right side. She gets Daly on the switch. Beard works against Sloan. She's blocked up top. Strong recovery defense by Sloan. Rico, right side by herself. Ledesma picks her up. Joseph with their back to the basket. Gets a screen, gets away to the roller. Heads up decision by Sloan on the pick and roll. A nice find by Joseph. OCC 17-6 overall, 5-2 in conference play. Three-way tie for second place. The Dons are sitting in 6th, second to last place, after a 1-5 conference record through the first cycle of conference action. Jaylene Rivera loses the handle. Sloppy start to the second quarter. Rivera left side, wild shot, no good. Sloan tips it out of bounds. She hits the deck hard. Sloan battling with Anaya Beard. And OCC lost to Cypress and Irvine Valley, but they beat Saddleback, who was undefeated at the point when they played OCC. Beard thought about the three-pointer. Shot clock did reset to 20. More time for the Dons. They lead by 7. Mia gets Sloan on the switch to Jaylene Rivera. Picks up her dribble, poked away by Sloan. Back-to-back turnovers caused by the post player. Rico, guarded by Beard. The hesitation move one more time. And head coach Flo Lupani wants to talk things over. It's a 6-0 run going back to the first quarter for OCC. They cut the deficit to 5. We'll take a timeout here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel.
My body, she twerk it pop for me, like yeah, 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 yeah. Hello, it's me. 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 Hello, hey. 'Cause it be me popping off.
It's another ranked matchup, 25 Santa Ana versus 8 Orange Coast College in the latest state rankings. Some keys to the game. Well, for the Dons, the bench players need to step up. Whether it's Jaylene Rivera, whether it's Kimberly Limon, they don't have to score 14 off the bench, but can they provide solid minutes, execute the offense, play stingy defense, and give more of a breather to the starters? And the key players need to be great. We've talked about it throughout the season. Mia Rivera, Kiki Graham, Vicky Ohm sometimes. They go quiet, and it's only one of those 3 players that lights it up. If the Dons can put together a performance where all 3 or 2 of the 3 have strong evenings, well, then they have a chance to win tonight. Beard gets a post touch after the timeout. A foul on the rebound. First team foul. Costly decision by Anaya Beard. Pirates have some energy on the bench. They're led by head coach Sammy Doucette, arguably one of the better coaches in not just Southern California, but the entire state. Led her program to 3 straight championships. They lost last year, but won the previous 2. Gilman loses her dribble, gets a screen from Carter, and gets Graham on the switch. Gilman, dangerous pass to Carter. Carter tipped away. Mia Rivera comes away with the steal. This team averaged 13 steals per game. Beard with the head of steam, short on the layup. Gilman up ahead to Carter. Ohm picks her up. Carter hit on the way up. Second team foul. The Dons coaching staff up in arms about the foul call missed on the other end. The Dons have been without a bucket since the final minute and a half in the first quarter. We're at 7:09 in the second quarter. Bianca Carter to the line for 2. A very young team, 2 sophomores and 11 freshmen. Carter, one of those 11, and she shoots 75% at the line, but she's 6 of 8, so not a whole lot of opportunities, none in conference play. But she knocks in the first. Limon comes in as a substitution for Beard. Beard gets a breather. Foul over the back, Rico guilty. Nice box out by Kiki Graham. First team foul on Orange Coast. Always important to keep track of the team fouls. Mia Rivera out there with Kiki Graham, Faith Ledesma, Vicky Ohm, and Kimberly Limon. Spinning away from the basket. Carter might have got a piece. Rico off to the races. Joseph guarded by the freshman Ohm. Baseline drive, wild shot over the backboard. Joseph, again, not in the starting lineup and just doesn't look right on the floor. I'll say it at that. We don't call Orange Coast games all the time, so we don't know what she usually looks like, but maybe battling an injury or an illness this evening. 6.5 minutes left to go. Dons lead by 4. Limon sets a screen for Mia Rivera. Hesitation move off the glass, spins it home. Tough angle for Mia Rivera. She has experience in doing that. It ends a 4-minute scoring drought by the Dons. Sloan back out to Carter, launches a three-pointer, high off the rim, tipped. Ledesma secures it. Fortunate bounce for Santa Ana College as Orange Coast College looked like they were going to get another offensive rebound. Kiki Graham launches a three-pointer and lines it in. 22-13, Dons back up by 9. Dons 4 of 8 from three-point land. Nearly a travel by Gilman, an errant pass sails over the timeline. A backcourt violation, the third turnover on Orange Coast. 3 players for the Dons to have 5. Mia Rivera, Vicky Ohm, and Kiki Graham. Madison Folk checks back in for OCC. She picks up Graham defensively. 16 seconds on the shot clock. Beard comes back in as well. Ledesma comes off a screen. Gives way to Mia Rivera, guarded by Joseph. 5 seconds remain. Kicked ball violation on Joseph. And the shot clock resets to 20. The Dons get bailed out by OCC. Graham waits for the screen by Lamone. Operates the left side of the floor. Tough angle. Worked hard for that shot, and there's a foul called. It'll go against Madison Folk. Second team foul. And free throws for the sophomore from Sonora. Every time we mention Sonora High School, hard not to think of Larissa Robles, the sophomore last year who graduated, moved on from the program as Kiki knocks in the first. The Dons returned 6 of their top 7 scorers from last season, but that 7th being Larissa Robles, averaged 14 points per game and just such an important player. 2 for 2 on the trip by Graham. She did a lot that showed up in the box score, but did a lot of things too that won't show up in the box score, being a leader on the court. Good player to teach the now sophomores like Mia Rivera, Kiki Graham, and Anaya Beard. Malaya Joseph chucks up a three-pointer, no good. Gilman can't haul it in. Strong box out by Mia Rivera. Full court heave to Kiki Graham. Picks up her dribble on the baseline. Anaya Beard goes baseline, attacks Sloan, and the Dons just very strong in their approach. More free throws. This will be 3 and 4 on the evening. It's worth mentioning last year the Dons split the season series with Orange Coast College. OCC won here. The Dons won at the Pirates home court. Beard knocks in the first. She's a 60% free throw shooter. But if you go back to that game at Santa Ana College last year in the first quarter, it was a 15-13 game. Beard goes 2 for 2 on the trip. But in that 15-13 first quarter, the Dons looked really good. They had the game plan. They just couldn't execute it for the other 3 quarters, and Orange Coast ran away with a victory. Joseph gets the swing. 18 seconds left as Graham guards her. Gilman, second leading scorer for Orange Coast College, works against Ledesma. Nearly travels. Carter. That's Rico who takes the long deep three-pointer. Off the mark, and Sloan guilty of the foul on the rebound. Unfortunate there for OCC, just both players going for the ball, and Sloan can't stop her momentum. More substitutions. Vicky Ohm comes in for Mia Rivera. Sloan and Rico check out. Daly, Unubaye check in. Ohm runs the point with Mia on the bench. Ledesma to Graham at the top of the arc. Ohm has space, launches a three-pointer, rattles it home. Dons 5 of 9 from three-point land, and it's their biggest lead of the game, 29-13. There's a timeout taken by OCC. Let's take a timeout ourselves here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel.
People always ask us, what's a Don? And our response is easy. To us, a Don is someone who embraces the grind. A Don is a person that brings passion. Someone who takes advantage of all their opportunities. A leader, a dreamer, a winner. The question we have for you is, are you ready to be a Don?
Back here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel. What a response in the second quarter by the Dons. It was 17-13 at one point, but a 12-0 run by the Dons. They lead 29-13. 4 minutes remain in the second quarter. Folk brings up the ball and gets the offense started for OCC. Out there with Joseph, Gilman, Daly, and Ubaye. She sets a screen for Gilman. Gilman finishes at the rack for two. Tough finish. Thought there was contact. A good response. First basket in the final, or in the last 2 minutes, by Orange Coast College. Ohm at the top, guarded by Daly. Beard sets the screen to her right. On the slip, Beard can't make a clean catch. Does catch it on the baseline. 8 seconds left. Ohm has to go to work. Against Ubaye, out to Beard with 3 seconds. Off the rim, long. Rebound fight between Gilman and Graham. Graham is there. It's a foul on Jaylene Rivera. That would have been the fourth on Kiki Graham. And everyone of the Don supporters held their breath for just a second there. First personal on Jaylene. Jaylene's out there with Kiki Graham, Faith Ledesma, Anaya Beard, and Vicky Ohm. Folk lines up a three-pointer, no good. Ohm grabs it off the backboard. Freshman from Fountain Valley pushes the pace, has Ubaye on the switch. Graham gives back to Ohm. 18 seconds left. Falk switches back onto her defensively. Ledesma left side. Graham has a step on Ubaye. Stip at the last minute. Good hands by Folk. Joseph missed a teammate ahead of the pack and slows things down for OCC. Joseph gets a nice screen. Offensive rebound by Ubaye. Gilman goes up for the second chance. There's some contact, but no foul called. To Folk for another three-pointer, and on the third try, the Pirates convert. An 11-point deficit for the Pirates. Graham goes to work against Folk on the right elbow. Folk has been strong on defense. Throws it off the backboard, no good. Last touch by OCC. Dons get another chance. Shot clock resets to 20. And we do see Claudia Solis, that 8th player in the rotation. Her, Limon, and Mia Rivera check back in. Beard, Ledesma, and Graham sub out. Ohm catch and shoot three-pointer. Another one finds the net for the Dons. 6 of 10 to start tonight's contest. 16-point lead for Santa Ana College. Joseph pulls a three-pointer, no good. Gilman can't save it. Again, Orange Coast College in a three-way tie for second, and Santa Ana is in 6th place. They're fighting just to stay alive in the postseason hunt. They had a strong enough postseason to where they could finish, hypothetically, 4-8 in conference play and maybe still make it. But 5-9, 5-7 looks a lot better than 4-8. So every game almost a must-win here for the Dons from here on out. In the half-court set, Claudia Solis gets her first touch. Jaylene Rivera at the top. Back to Mia. Limon sets a screen to her right. She gets Gilman on the switch. Mia operates, back to the basket, throws it off Daly's foot. An errant possession by the Dons. Gilman can't finish the fast break. Strong defense by Solis. That's what she's out there for. More players take a tumble, as we've seen plenty of that tonight. Solis, few dribbles to Lamone, back to the basket. Stripped away by Gilman. Solis gets it back. If it's not Mia Rivera, Dons have trouble getting a good look on offense. Mia has a step, floater no good. She gets her own miss on the baseline. Goes to work, the running baby hook. Gets it to go. We haven't seen that all season, but Mia converts. Final 15 seconds in the first half. Folk gets a screen from Ubaye. Kicks it out. Carter, left side, sidestep three-pointer, off the mark. And that's how the first half comes to an end. Santa Ana 34, Orange Coast College 18. We'll take a break for halftime, and when we come back, some first half statistics as well as some scores from around the OEC. Back here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel, your score at the halftime break. Santa Ana leads 34-18 over Orange Coast College. My name is Noah Alvarez. Thanks for tuning in wherever you may be tuning in from. Leading scorer at the half is Vicky Ohm, 11 points, 3 of 4 from beyond the arc, 4 of 5 from the field. She's the only player in double figures. A couple players with 7, Kiki Graham and Mia Rivera. The Dons have gotten off to a hot shooting start from the field, 44% and 60% from beyond the arc. They're 4 of 4 at the charity stripe, and that's a big reason why they're up by a big margin over Orange Coast College. On the other side, it's been a woeful shooting night, 22% from the field, 15%, 2 of 13 from beyond the arc, and they're 33%, 2 of 6 at the charity stripe. Not a recipe for success if you're head coach Sammy Doucette and the Pirates coaching staff. However, this is a program that's won 3 straight Orange Empire Conference titles, and they've also gone to the state championship 3 straight years in a row. They lost last year to Mount SAC, the eventual championship winner, and then they won the 2 years prior in 2024 and 2023. It's a very talented program. They certainly are battle-tested, but it's a young group, 2 freshmen, 11 sophomores. Sorry, I said that backwards. 2 sophomores, 11 freshmen on this roster. We even see normal players like Malaya Joseph and Andrea Rico in the starting lineup, and it certainly hurt their performance this evening. Let's check in on some scores from around the OEC as we get you the standings first. Alone in first place is Saddleback College, a 6-1, that one loss being to this Orange Coast College team. Irvine Valley, Cypress, and Orange Coast in a 3-way tie at 5-2 for second place. Fullerton behind them in 5th at 2-5. Santa Ana's 1-5 and a chance to make up some ground and potentially tie Fullerton tonight, while Riverside sits in last. They're winless in conference. The scores from around the OEC as we are just about ready for the second half of action. Saddleback trails Irvine Valley 39-23, while Fullerton leads Riverside City 45-33. And Cypress College, who has the night off, final 20 seconds before we return to action here in the second half. Dons work with the big lead. They're led by head coach Flo Lupani. Led her team to the playoffs last season. They were 3rd in the OAC with a 7-5 record. One of those 7 wins being a win on their last game against Orange Coast College. Hoping to split the season series one more time with OCC, their rival down south. Just down Fairview, not too far. Probably the 2 closest schools in the OEC to each other. Dons head from right to left on your screen. Starting 5 out there: Mia Rivera, Vicky Ohm, Kiki Graham, Anaya Beard, and Faith Ledesma. Can the Dons continue to execute their offense at a high level? Double team comes. Beard can't connect on the layup. Rebounded by Madison Folk. Andrea Rico out there with Nicole Ubaye, Malaya Joseph, and Mackenzie Gilman. So not the same starting 5 that we saw at the beginning of the game. Ubaye left side, banks it home. Cuts the deficit to 14, and we're seeing a different defensive look for Orange Coast College. Rivera, long pass to Beard, underneath by herself for 2. They had 4 defenders up in that defensive look, and no one was able to mark Naya Beard down low. Nice find by Mia Rivera. Malaya Joseph guilty of the offensive foul with the off arm. Don't see that call a whole lot at any level of basketball. First team foul of the quarter. A minute into the third quarter. Thanks for tuning in to Dons Basketball on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel. Some full court pressure. Ohm, dangerous pass. Rico pokes it away. Folk up ahead to Rico. Graham the only one there, and she reverses it home for 2. 14-point deficit for OCC. Beard gets another pass. Baseline drive through 2 defenders. Can't convert, and it's an offensive foul. call made on the baseline. The Dons coaching staff up in arms about the call. So back-to-back offensive foul called on both sides. And we'll see if that affects the second half of play. Folk runs the offense. Rico wants to get a post touch against Graham. She gets her defender in the air. Rico collapses. And there's a foul called. Rico lost her footing on her own. And it's a foul on Graham. Lupani is heated. That's her fourth personal foul, and you don't want to take a player that valuable off the court for such minimal contact. So a devastating foul call for the Dons early. Ubaye bounces it to Rico. Left-handed layup, no good. Ubaye on the putback, fouled. And that's the type of game it's going to be, I guess, in the second half. Lots of foul calls. Again, tough break for Kiki Graham. She just picked up her fourth personal foul. She's one of the top leading scorers. Lupani still giving an earful to the officials. Ubaye to the line for 2 free throws. Misses the first. And on the season, she's a 51% free throw shooter. Not a whole lot of opportunities. 2 of 4 in conference play. Misses the second. Gilman can't save it from going out of bounds. It's Dons basketball. More full court pressure by the OCC defense. Jaylene gets it over for the Dons. Baseline drive, nearly loses it. Gets it to Mia Rivera up top. A kickball violation by Joseph. And now a call made against the Pirates. Joseph says she tipped it out with her hand, but a kickball violation is called. So maybe a makeup call by the officials. Still not a tit for tat call because Kiki Graham picks up her fourth personal foul. She's going to have to sit quite some time in tonight's contest. Dons do get another possession. 20 seconds remain on the shot clock. Lamone sets a screen for Mia Rivera. Ubaye guards Mia on the switch, throws the floater hard off the glass, and she gets her own miss. Jaylene Rivera, head down, out to Ledesma. Three-pointer, no good. Rico secures a tough rebound. Vicky Ohm was in the vicinity. Dons faithful makes some noise. Folk, tough drive. Ledesma got a piece. A block by the Dons defense. Jump ball is called. Possession arrow in favor of OCC. Both teams have been scoreless the last minute. Folk, that's Gilman to inbound. Checking in for the first time is Rosalie Gutierrez. She started the game, but since then we haven't seen her. Gutierrez gets a screen from Ubaye. Back to the basket, picks up her dribble, out to Gilman. 5 seconds remain, and a 3-second violation called against Gutierrez. So she comes in and immediately causes the turnover for OCC. Dons lead by 14, 36-22. A must-win conference game for them to keep their playoff hopes alive. Jaylene Rivera tips it to her teammate Mia. Players collide. She's short on the mid-range bunny. Rico wrestles it away. Ahead to Gilman. Bounce pass, and she converts for 2. And a late foul call. Look, we try not to be biased, but the official that made the call was by half court. Not sure how she could have seen that angle when there was a referee on the baseline. And instead, it's a foul on Ledesma, her first personal. 4th team foul on Santa Ana College. And a timeout taken by head coach Flo Lupani. Just a very choppy start to the second half. Lots of foul calls, lots of turnovers. And nonetheless, the Dons still have an 11-point lead here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel.
My body, she twerk it, pop up for me, like yeah, 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 yeah. Hello, it's me. 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 Hello, hey. 'Cause it be me popping off and
Dons lead 36-25 over Orange Coast College. Orange Coast in a 3-way tie for a second place. The Dons in second to last. They need to win at least 4 of their next 6 games in the second cycle of conference play for them to make the postseason. My name is Noah Alvarez. Thanks for tuning in wherever you may be tuning in from. Dons basketball after the made free throws by OCC. 6.5 minutes remain in the third quarter. Jaylene Rivera gets the action started on the right side. Out there with Mia Rivera, Faith Ledesma, Vicky Ohm, and Kimberly Limon. Mia gets a screen from Limon. Gets Ubaye on the switch. Jaylene can't make the entry pass to Limon. 6 seconds left. Mia picks up her dribble. Ledesma with 2 seconds. Mia Rivera chucks it up at the buzzer. Misses the backboard, and it's a shot clock violation forced by the Pirates defense. On top of the broadcast, we mentioned that all 3 of the key players for the Dons, really all 4. Anaya Beard has continued to produce, but the trio of Mia Rivera, Kiki Graham, and Vicky Ohm. Moving screen is called on Ubaye. Second team foul. That trio, 2 of the 3 needs to perform and have solid nights consistently to help out Anaya Beard. Sometimes it'll be Ohm who stands out, but Rivera and Graham are quiet. And sometimes it's vice versa, where Rivera or Graham will stand out, but the other 2 are quiet. Joseph gets a steal for Orange Coast College. Costly turnover in the backcourt by the Dons. She gets a screen by Ubaye. Out to Gutierrez, 3-point attempt, no good. Kimberly Limon skies for the rebound. Mia Rivera on the attack, in fast break. Hit on the way up, hard collision, and she goes to the line for 2. Fouls on Gilman, her first, 3rd team foul of the quarter. Mia Rivera to the line for 2. She's a 70% free throw shooter. Shot at 74% last year. And knocks in the first. Upcoming schedule for the Dons. They'll host Fullerton College this Friday. On the road, Saddleback next Tuesday. They host Riverside City Thursday the 12th, and on the 18th they host Irvine Valley. All tip-offs at 7 p.m. All will be the second leg of a doubleheader with the men's team. Mia Rivera 2 for 2 on the trip. Extends the lead back to 13. It's been double digits for much of the second half. Largest lead of the game has been 16. Gilman comes off the curl, works against Ledesma, and draws a foul. Second personal on Ledesma, and that's the 5th team foul on Santa Ana College. So 2 free throws from here on out for Orange Coast College in this quarter. We'll see if the Pirates can use that to their advantage. Gilman knocks in the first. She's the 2nd leading scorer and shoots 54% at the line, but during conference play struggled, 39% at the charity stripe. High off the iron, misses the second. 12-point lead for the Dons. Ohm starts the half-court set for the Dons. Mia Rivera back to Ohm. Another foul is called away from the ball on Ledesma. 16th foul on the Dons in this quarter. 3rd personal, and the Dons are going to have to be careful. They're not a very deep team. They go about 8 players deep. Rico works against Jaylene Rivera. Step through, no good. Limon through 2 defenders, grabs the board. Mia walks it up the floor. Out to Ledesma. Head coach Flo Lupani yells out a different play call for the Dons offense. Ohm gets a screen. Ledesma in the corner. Back to Ohm. Ubaye gets her on the switch. 3 seconds remain. Ledesma, quick chuck for a three-pointer. Rivera with the hustle. Gets the offensive rebound, trapped in the corner. Entry pass to Limon. Works against the smaller Joseph. Spins, finds a wide open Ledesma for 3. Can't convert. Ohm and Rico called for a foul away from the ball on the rebound. A double foul is called. Rico for Orange Coast and Jaylene Rivera for Santa Ana, the 2 tied up. Anaya Beard and Kiki Graham both have 4 fouls. They're both on the bench, 2 key players for the Dons. Who's going to step up in their absence? Vicky Ohm, the freshman, goes to work. Left-handed layup, no good. Early in the shot clock, too. Gutierrez swings it around the perimeter. Gilman picks up her dribble, and Joseph comes to help her teammate out. 4 minutes remain in the third quarter. Orange Coast has been stagnant in their half-court offense. Gutierrez, up and under move, no good. Ubaye fights for positioning, can't finish. Jaylene Rivera gets the rebound. What a scrum it was in the paint. Mia Rivera off to the races, dumps it home for Limon. The 2-pointer is good. Mia Rivera knows how to operate in the fast break. It's a big bucket. Don's been scoreless the final last minute and a half. 3.5 minutes remain in the third quarter. Gilman has a step, gets it poked away. Mia Rivera spinning move. Dons hit a wide open Ledesma, 4-3, no good. Ledesma, Jaylene gets the offensive rebound, wrestled away by Orange Coast, and they say it's Pirates basketball. The Pirates are going to use their depth here as they sub in MJ Daly, Bianca Carter. Them 2 join Gilman, Gutierrez, and Joseph. Checking back into the game is Kiki Graham. She has to be careful. 4 fouls, 7 points on the evening. An important sophomore. You trust her to be out there, not pick up that costly 5th foul. Carter gets the handoff, back to the basket, kicks back out to Gilman. Left-handed layup, too strong. Ledesma grabs the board. Don's coaching staff yells out the play call. Mia Rivera echoes. Gets 2 screens. Rivera to her left. And there's a foul away from the ball. Another screen, an illegal screen called on Faith Ledesma. That's her 4th personal. There's 3 players with 4 fouls for Santa Ana College. We'll see how they adjust going forward. A 30-second timeout taken. And we'll take a commercial break ourselves here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel.
Life doesn't change overnight. It takes effort and dedication. It takes learning new skills and putting yourself and loved ones first. At Santa Ana College, you can complete a full-time accelerated online program in just 2 years. Choose a program that meets your needs and changes your educational dreams into a well-deserved reality. Building the life you want means taking a first step. Start your journey at Santa Ana College. Where it leads is up to you.
Two and a half minutes remain in the third quarter. Thanks for tuning in to Don's Basketball. Santa Ana College has a 40-26 lead, but 3 players with 4 fouls this early in the third quarter. spells trouble for the Dons. Can they hang on for a victory against a team that's won the conference 3 years in a row? Daly off the action, pull-up jumper no good. Mia Rivera out there with Claudia Solis, Jaylene Rivera, Kimberly Limon, and Kiki Graham. Mia Rivera gives way to Jaylene. Kiki with 4 fouls against Rosalie Gutierrez. She wants a screen from Limon. Daly on the double, pokes it away. Daly's provided strong defense off the bench for Orange Coast College. Joseph takes a three-pointer off the mark. Carter can't finish the putback, and Graham grabs the rebound for 2. Orange Coast does have 11 offensive rebounds, but they haven't been able to capitalize on every opportunity. Graham out to Jaylene. Three-point attempt is pure. 43-26, largest lead of the game for the Dons. To keep their playoff hopes alive, they need a victory. Daly up and under move. Solis with strong defense. Bump given by Daly. That's the 5th team foul. 2 free throws here for Mia. An exciting game this has been, back and forth. It's the second leg of our doubleheader. The men's team was in a nail-biter with Orange Coast College, and they end up with an 82-80 victory. Mia Rivera to the line for 2. She's a 70% free throw shooter. Gets the friendly bounce on the first. The Dons a perfect 7 of 7 at the line. 7 of 15 from beyond the arc. Good karma, because every game up until this point in conference, they've shot under 31% from the field and 20% from beyond the arc. The Dons have found their stroke just in time as we begin the second cycle of conference play. Mia Rivera takes a seat, Vicky Ohm back in. MJ Daly goes to work. 1:06 left to go in the third quarter. Daly gets a screen from Sloan, rejects it. Doubled on the baseline drive. Wild pass to Carter, but she hauls it in. Carter left side, guarded by Jaylene. Sloan sets the screen. Jaylene goes under. Carter takes the three-pointer, no good. Graham chases down the rebound. And Ohm gets the play call from the Dons coaching staff. Solis on the right side. Looks for her post. Jaylene gets it on the action. Left-handed layup, no good. Sloan tips it to herself. Final 23 seconds of the quarter. Joseph guarded by Graham. She has 4 personal fouls. She has to be careful. Sloan to set a screen. 6 seconds remain in the quarter. Another screen from Sloan. Step back three-pointer. Joseph can't get the friendly bounce. It's poked away before Sloan can put the offensive rebound up. And that'll mark the end of the third quarter. It was a very sloppy quarter from both sides. Lots of fouls. 45-26, though, is the score. Keep an eye on 3 players in foul trouble for the Dons. Ledesma, Graham, and Beard all have 4. Who's going to step up in this final quarter so the Dons can secure their second conference victory of the season?
This is it.
Have a good first day.
You too, Mom.
Everyone's journey looks a little different at Santa Ana College, whether you're just starting out or starting a new chapter. With flexible classes, valuable student services, and a range of degrees and certificate programs, students of all kinds can find inspiration and empowerment at Santa Ana College. Start your journey at Santa Ana College. Where it leads is up to you.
My body, she twerk it, pop for me, like yeah, 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 yeah. Hello, it's me. 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 Hello, hey. 'Cause it be me popping off and
Final quarter of action here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel. Your Dons lead 45-26. Very impressive defensive performance by the Dons to hold Pirates to just 26 points thus far. See if they can continue the hot play in the final quarter. Beard back into the game. A traveling violation against Beard. She's upset with the call. 5 on the floor for the Dons. Mia Rivera, Naya Beard, Kiki Graham, Claudia Solis, and Vicky Ohm. Beard and Graham have 4. Andrea Rico out there with Malaya Joseph, Mackenzie Gilman, Nicole Ubaye, and Sydney Sloan. Ubaye can't connect with Sloan, last touch by the Dons. Pirates are shooting 21% from the field, 2 of 17 from beyond the arc. Dons are 37% from the field, 7 of 15 from beyond the arc. Gilman gets the inbounds, 11 seconds left on the shot clock. Solis nearly gets a steal, works against Rico. She has a step on her defender. The floater gets the friendly bounce. Tough 2, and an important basket for OCC. Brings it back to within 17. Largest lead has been 19. Ahead to Beard. Missed her open teammate underneath the basket. She's trapped in the corner. Finds Kiki Graham. Mid-range bunny short off the front rim. Dons missed an open extra pass on that last possession. We'll see if they can learn from their experience. Ubaye gets doubled. Beard comes away with the steal. Good instincts there by Beard as the help defender. Mia gets picked up by Joseph. The Dons want a post touch. Instead it goes out to Solis. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Graham in the high post. Doubled. Out to Mia. 3-point attempt is good. 20-point lead for the Dons. Joseph wants to work quickly. Gilman can't handle the pass. It's a turnover. Dons basketball. Every game feels like a must-win for the Dons at this point. 1-5 in the conference. They'll need to win at least 3 to make the postseason, so we think, after a strong preseason. But a win against a top program like OCC does wonders for the playoff seeding. Beard in the high post, operates against Sloan, stops, gets the up and under, move in the friendly roll around the rim. Back-to-back huge possessions by the Dons to capitalize and earn some points. Timeout taken by head coach Sammy Doucette. We'll take a timeout ourselves here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel.
People always ask us, what's a Don? And our response is easy. To us, a Don is someone who embraces the grind. A Don is a person that brings passion. Someone who takes advantage of all their opportunities. A leader, a dreamer, a winner. The question we have for you is, are you ready to be a Don?
Back here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel, Dons have a 22-point lead over Orange Coast College, a program that has won 3 straight OEC titles. They're in a 3-way tie for second. And if this result continues tonight, they're in danger, not finishing at the top of the conference for the first time. Big bucket by Gilman after the timeout. We'll see how the Dons respond. Beard gets it over the timeline. Jump pass thrown away to Joseph. Joseph works against Ohm. A tough contested 2 by Joseph, and just like that, it's a quick 4-point swing. Up ahead to Beard. Doubled in the corner. Pass tipped away, but Mia able to corral it. Dons get into the half-court offense as they get the call from their coaching staff. Solis comes out to the top, 7 seconds left. Spins in the lane, off the backboard, no good. A wild shot, Rico secures the rebound. Joseph takes a three-pointer, off to the right. Sloan hit, an and one opportunity. A 6-0 run for Orange Coast College after the timeout. This game is far from over, folks. 6.5 minutes remain. So one free throw for Sydney Sloan. On the season, she's 7 of 10 at the line, 70%. Hard off the backboard, and Beard grabs the rebound. Ohm out there with Ledesma, Beard, Mia Rivera, and Kiki Graham. 3 players with 4 fouls. Graham, Beard, and Ledesma have to be careful. Beard sets a screen on Rico. Sloan guards Ohm on the switch. Mia, post touch for Beard. She's doubled on the baseline. Somehow sneaks it through 2 defenders. A great finish by Anaya Beard, the sophomore. Gives her 12 points on the evening. It's back to an 18-point lead. Gilman operates against Mia, has the speed advantage. A late foul called after the made basket. There's a foul called by the official on the baseline. First team foul, so it's been a clean quarter as far as fouls go. In the third quarter, there was 13 overall fouls called on both sides. Gilman to the line for one. Converts. Gilman's the leading scorer with 11, the only player in double digits for OCC. Dons have 3 players in double digits. Gilman gets it right back after the steal. Rico out to Carter, three-pointer off the mark. They can't buy a bucket from three-point land. Joseph gets it back. A second chance for OCC. The Dons need to work harder on the rebound. Secure those defensive rebounds. Rico goes right at her defender and lays it home for 2. Timeout taken by head coach Flo Lupani. A surge by the Pirates cuts the deficit to 13. A 30-second timeout. Let's get you some scores from around the Orange Empire Conference. Let's refresh the page. Irvine Valley leads Saddleback 65-49. That's a big win for Irvine Valley. Saddleback alone in first. And if that result remains true, Irvine Valley would move into a tie for first place. Fullerton leads Riverside 71-49. Cypress has the night off, so no movement can be made by them. But again, if Irvine Valley hangs on, they would be 6-2, tied for first with Saddleback 6-2. And if OCC loses, they would be 5-3 in fourth place. Cypress alone in second at 5-2. Fullerton, with their result, will most likely move to 3-5, and Santa Ana hoping to advance to 2-5. Again, the Dons will host Fullerton College in an important match this Friday. Tip-off at 7 p.m. After the timeout, Mia Rivera, Vicky Ohm, Kiki Graham, Anaya Beard, and Faith Ledesma. Rico comes away with the steal, gets her defender in the air, gets her own miss, and lays it home for 2. The Dons continuing to struggle against this full court pressure. Graham ahead to Ledesma, has all sorts of time on the three-point attempt, and she can't convert. Joseph off to the races, a 3-2 for Orange Coast. Carter lines up a three-pointer, and she knocks it in. Just like that, it's back to an 8-point deficit for Orange Coast College. At one point, it was a 20-point lead. Graham, left side, layup can't finish. Sloan grabs the rebound. Joseph goes right at Ohm, wild shot, no good. Mia secures the board. Graham wants to play fast. 4.5 minutes, it's a one-on-one with her and Carter, and she gets the floater to go. Wild sequence of events there, but back to a 10-point lead for the Dons. Mia tips it out of bounds. A 50-50 ball, and they call a foul on the Dons. Dons coaching staff can't believe the call. Gilman lost her shoe on that collision, so has to put it back on. Clock stops with 4:08. It's been a fun contest, both games on this doubleheader. Tough on the blood pressure, though. If you're a Don supporter and you have to worry about that. Rico to inbound. She's out there with Carter, Sloan, Gilman, and Joseph. Rico and Joseph didn't start the game. Came off the bench for the Pirates. Two usual starters in a different role tonight. Ledesma guards her. She has 4. And Beard gets called for the foul as Rico backs into her. That'll be the 11th personal foul on Beard, and she is done for the game. Again, you just don't want to take out any sort of important player on a foul like that. Her night is done with 12 points, 5 rebounds, 5 of 12 from the field. Does have 1 steal on defensive end, and Kimberly Limon comes in as a substitution. 18 seconds as the shot clock reset on the foul. Joseph with Ohm guarding her. Sloan sets the screen. She gets it back. Works against Limon, right block, back out to Joseph. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Gilman goes right at Mia Rivera, left-handed layup, no good. Ledesma grabs the miss. If you're the Dons, you want to eat up as much clock as you can. However, the pressure has picked up by the Pirates defense. They made it stingy. Ledesma works against Rico, loses her defender. Mia to the top. 6 seconds left. Ohm lines up a three-pointer. Eye off the iron, no good. Rebounded by Carter. 3 minutes remain. Joseph continues to push the tempo. She dribbles it off her foot. Mia with the steal. 2-on-1 fast break. And a foul in transition as Carter wrapped around Mia Rivera. A smart foul, some might say. First team foul. There's no clear path foul at this level, in case you were wondering. The NBA, that'd be a clear path. Inbounds goes to Limon. Graham gets it at the right elbow, works against Rico. She pokes it away. A traveling violation on Orange Coast. Joseph got the ball and fell down to the hardwood. 12th turnover of the evening. Shot clock resets to 20. Game clock at 2:49. 10-point game. You got to figure at least 2 or 3 more buckets should ice this for the Dons. Sloan fouls Mia Rivera. Second team foul, and it seems like that's the strategy that Orange Coast College is deploying. Ledesma has all sorts of space. 3-point attempt, knocks it in. That could be the dagger. A 13-point lead with 2.5 minutes left to go. Rico goes right at Ledesma, and it's a quick 2. Four-court pressure by the Pirates defense. Mia across the timeline. A foul by Carter. Third team foul. Still have a ways to go before we play the free throw game. A huge 3-point attempt by Ledesma. Gives her 6 points on the evening, 2 of 6 from beyond the arc. Mia Rivera's leading scorer with 14. Different defensive look for the Pirates in the half court. Gilman guilty of grabbing Kiki Graham. It's the 4th team foul. Dons will inbound again. Shot clock resets to 20. 2:02 remains in the quarter. Mia dishes it down low to Limon. Good positioning. Out to Ledesma. Another three-point attempt. Short. Limon tips it. It goes to Joseph. OCC off to the races. Back to Rico. Three-point attempt. No good. Mia and Carter battle, and it's a foul on Carter on the box out. Great job by Mia Rivera to get positioning and force the foul, 5th team foul on OCC. So Mia Rivera to the line for 2. She's a 70% free throw shooter, and she knocks in the first. A perfect 5 of 5 at the line. Gets the friendly bounce on the second. 16 points on the evening. The Dons' leading scorer, and she has her team up by 13. Joseph works against the freshman Ohm. Gets a screen from Sloan. Hanging in the air, to her left, can't convert. Ohm grabs the miss, up ahead to Mia Rivera. It's so tough, the Dons want to play fast any chance they can, but this late in the game, you almost want to milk as much time off the clock as you can. A foul on Joseph, final minute 20. Not much options for the Pirates. First free throw, no good by Mia. Her first miss of the evening and the first miss for the Dons. They're 10 of 11 at the stripe. It's been a great shooting night for the Dons. 39% from the field, 45% from beyond the arc. She converts on the second, 14-point lead. A minute 17 left to go. OCC has to start chucking up threes at this point. Rico against Ledesma. To Sloan. Gilman attacks the lane. Left-handed layup, no good. Sloan grabs the miss. Out to Carter. Three-pointer off the mark. Gilman gets another offensive rebound. She lost it in the air. And there's a foul called on the baseline. It's a foul on Ledesma, her 5th, and she's done. So the freshman from Segerstrom leaves with 6 points, 3 rebounds, 2 of 8 from the field. It's a nice applause from the Dons faithful. First free throw by Gilman, well off the mark. That hurts the Orange Coast chances of coming back into this contest. She hits the second. 13-point deficit, under a minute left to go. A double in the backcourt. Mia nearly loses it, takes the bump from Gilman, and there's a foul. Mia heads to the line for 2 more free throws. This will be 8 and 9. A lot of free throw attempts on the evening for Mia Rivera, the sophomore from Cerritos. First free throw is good. During this break in the action, too, let's see if any of those scores went final in the OEC. And the other 2 games did. Irvine Valley defeated Saddleback 65-49. Fullerton defeated RCC 71-50. So Irvine Valley and Saddleback tied for first place in the conference. Rico brings it up the floor. Final 40 seconds of tonight's contest. Joseph on the left side. Quick trigger. Can't convert on the three-pointer. Mia grabs another board. Kiki Graham triple teamed. Dons get it across the timeline. Gilman's fouled, or fouls Graham. And Graham heads to the line for 2 more free throws. Graham picked up 4 fouls at the 7-minute mark in the third quarter, so she hasn't been super active on the offensive end. 9 points this evening. 2 of 2 at the line. Can't connect on the first. And she misses the second. 15-point game. Orange Coast College has the shot clock turned off. Joseph chucks up a three-pointer, no good. Sloan falls to the hardwood. It's a traveling violation. So it could be the final possession for OCC. They turn it over. Final 12 seconds in tonight's contest. Thanks for tuning in to Dons Basketball here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel. Dons get it over the timeline and can dribble this one out. A hard-fought victory, 62-47 is the final score. In a must-win game, the Dons pick up a big victory over Orange Coast College. Not an easy team to beat. OCC falls to 17-7 on the year, 5-3 in conference play. Well, Santa Ana falls or drops, advances to 14-9, and they're 2-5 in conference play. They keep their postseason hopes alive, and they'll host Fullerton College this Friday, tip-off at 7 p.m. For Salvador Leon, Cami Lewis, and Norma Mendoza, my name is Noah Alvarez saying thanks for tuning in to Dons Basketball here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel. We'll catch you guys next time.